all about the weather right now, and this is crazy. This is supposed to be our tower cam here at the station downtown Temple looking out towards Scott and White, but you can't see anything. It is so foggy right now here in Bell County. I saw it myself several times this morning already. Definitely allow especially extra space between you and other people. I was just talking about with someone, even if you think you're the best driver ever, what if the people around you aren't? So definitely want both extra time and space as we head on into the weekend. But even this morning, prefrontal moisture in the low levels for sure, and some folks getting some straight up rain already. So we'll get to radar here in a second. It is 57 degrees, winds very light out of the east for the time being, and humid. You can see visibility still down to about 1/4 mile in pockets. So if you haven't had to drive quite yet, you are going to be out and about over the next several hours before the blast of cold air does get here. You definitely want to use caution, and again, just allowing a little extra time and space. You can see more and more rain on radar. So we've seen some pockets of rain this morning as we head on into the afternoon hours. I think it's going to be more and more so where it's kind of picks up in a more of a steady rain than what we've been seeing this morning. Zooming out to show you right at the I-20 corridor outside of our viewing area. You see those wind barbs right there. That is where the Arctic air is situated in that cold punch of air. So now entering our great state as we speak. The Panhandle already sitting in the 20s and 30s versus we're in the 50s down in the coast, sitting at almost 70 degrees. So we are going to see that cooling trend and that sharp cool down here in central Texas later on into this evening, this afternoon. We may actually have a brief period where we hop up into the 60s. It's 54 in Waco right now, as you can see, but just dropped down from 50 to 39 in Wichita Falls over the past half hour. 22 in Amarillo right now versus 75 down in Corpus Christi. So you can see the drastic change that we're going to see temperature-wise. Winds will be out of the north by this evening across central Texas when that cold air does arrive. We will not go below freezing until early tomorrow, Saturday morning. So the wintry weather, winter storm warning, that is not going to begin until later on this evening. But again, a lot of us don't hit 32 until tomorrow morning. So the chance for wintry weather for central Texas isn't going to come until the overnight hours, but especially tomorrow morning through tomorrow afternoon. So let's get to it. Go through two weather models here. We have access to all the short range data that we now need. So we have a very clear picture of what's going to be going on this weekend. You can see potentially 3 to 5 o'clock. About halfway through our viewing area is that blast of colder air. And again, it's going to take a while. There's going to be a lag for the temperatures to drop off. You can see potentially right where that boundary is situated, some heavier pockets of just straight up cold rain. As we head on into late tonight, Hamilton, Comanche, Highway 36, headed up towards Abilene, would advise not traveling there anymore after about dinner time tonight. So certainly you don't want to be headed up to Dallas after about 7-8 p.m. this evening. Fast forward to the overnight hours. Potentially some extremely heavy rainfall, a cold rain, and then the switch over potentially the northern half of our viewing area by about 3, 4, 5 a.m. You can see that potentially when we're waking up tomorrow morning, there's ice pellets, there is a freezing rain, which the difference between sleet and freezing rain is just rain. A cold rain hits the ground and freezes when it hits the ground. That can cause black ice, which is one of the biggest issues we're watching out for throughout the day on Saturday into Sunday morning as well. So heavy rain in the Brazos Valley, likely just above the freezing point tomorrow morning. At some point, the switch over for most of us. Likely we have a lull midday, and then we have another round coming in from the west, and likely it is a wintry mix when it does head here, either freezing rain and or sleet. Best chance for anyone to be seeing snow, and you can see that can last several hours into the overnight hours Saturday into Sunday morning. Sunday morning is the best chance for some snow flurries because we'll be well below freezing at that point, and the best chance is going to be our northwestern and northern zones. We clear out quickly. All models now agree. By noon on Sunday, we are done with precipitation. Just going to be very, very cold, below the freezing point. Second weather model, going to show those scattered storms and just a cold rain basically throughout the rest of this afternoon. This afternoon is when you're going to notice that wind shift out of the north. It could even have a couple of rumbles of thunder here and there. You can see that by 9 o'clock this evening, this model also agrees we're flirting with the freezing point for our far northwestern areas. The rest of us still above freezing. Overnight hours is when we start to see that switch into Saturday morning. So both models now agree on that. Tomorrow morning, we wake up to heavy bouts of rainfall across the viewing area, and we're flirting with the freezing mark. By Saturday at noon, most of us are at 32, and we stay that way for a couple of days, okay? You can see that some flurries could fall Saturday afternoon, Meridian Hill towards Hillsborough, Hill County up towards DFW. We likely have a lull in precipitation and then just a wintry mix Saturday night through Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we clear out. Ice accumulation, once you get above 0.2, 0.3 is when there can be widespread issues. So that's another thing that we're going to continue to watch out for. It is both Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday mornings going to feel like about 0 to 5 degrees when you step out. So again, if you don't have 6 Plus on your TV, we added also a newscast for Sunday morning at 6 a.m. So you definitely want to tune into that. 6 Plus is where we're going to be covering this weather impact alert, doing videos all weekend. We'll be back.